Oh my God, welcome back everybody to part 2 of our one shot. Part 1 was kind of interesting that it's always weird kind of playing characters in parallel within the same kind of confines of the campaign. Having Fabian, is the S silent or pronounced? Kurt?
Zordran. It's
Zordran. The S is silent. With Zordran, Scrat. I've got a confession to make, Eric. Scrat may need to be your new permanent character. I'm kind of falling in love with both who they are and the voice that you've created for Scrat. It's interesting. I'm digging it.
I completely forgot to ask you. Do you have the stats for that rifle I picked up?
Not yet. I've forgotten about it. I like how you think you're going to be able to use it. That's pretty clever.
Oh.
Hey, man. All I gotta do is aim and pull the trigger.
See what happens.
And then we have Elegon as well. This motley crew working together to figure out what had happened to the Ember Spire. The massive explosion creating a bit of chaos and destruction within a region of the Ember Spire has drawn these four together. Elegon kind of leading the effort via the Chandei Quorum, pulling in the expertise of the gossip and fashionista of Fabian, the mysticism of Zodran, and the careful defender of the Chandei Quorum, someone that Elegon from time to time hires for purposes of keeping him safe while he's on his missions. Scrat, the rather chaotic vermin fire rifle folk. But the team had come together at the remains of Sarai's warehouse. Here they made some unique discoveries. One, they made the discovery that the source of the explosion actually maybe have originated in Sarai's warehouse. Here they found that she must have been using an enchantment dust that was meant to enhance the black powder or black liquid explosion effect of the chemicals she was working with. While the original fire was bad, this follow-up explosion, where did he do it again? I bet you he totally did it again, did he? We're all, you know what? We're all.
He's muted now too.
And he's muted. I don't know how I got muted.
Oh, there you go. No, I think it was just delayed. I think it was just delayed.
I said hotkeys fucking suck because I have some set up on my keyboard and I just rolled my knuckle across it and it exited out. So I was like, of course you did. Why wouldn't you?
Damn it. That was great. I mean, we can't go an evening without, having the Eric chaos kick in.
I mean, that's 2 now, and we just started.
The team had made a couple discoveries. Possible source of the explosion with whatever formula she was working with. But more importantly, while they couldn't find Sarai, they did find Meep, a goblin assistant that she uses as part of her alchemical experiments. Meep had recovered the journal that contained the recipes and other information about her manufacture. And it was during the time of questioning Meep that some mysterious individuals immediately attempted to engage in battle with the team during their investigation. This group was taken down, and one of them was carrying a very unique rifle that was recovered by Scrat. They seemed to bear emblems of an ancient order from a long time ago called the Cult of the World Eaters. This allowed them to better understand that maybe something else or other foul play might be involved. With the idea of using his network, Elegon had made a conversation with Tuvin. Tuvin of the Emporium, always the gossip, always the ear to the ground, had offered an invitation to the group to come to the Dreamscape Theater for a reception and an introduction to the owner of the theater. Here, she had described Stuven Idro, a possible good source for additional information, possibly related to what the team had discovered so far. After rallying back at the Silver Time, the fashionista center of the Lucent Spire. Here, Fabian reached deep into the colorful closets and pulled out all the necessary garments to trick the team out to look for, very nice for this amazing reception.
Well, you three, I'm sneaking in.
Wait, I'm in somebody's pocket, or I will be in somebody's pocket.
Correct. I believe so. So.
I plan.
At this point, you guys are currently journeying from the Lucent Spire to the Core Spire, where you're expected to meet up with Tuven in front of the Dreamscape Theater.
I would like to, while we're on our way, summon another familiar spider.
Okay.
Since the last one got smashed by me.
Squished.
Mm-hmm. But that's druids can ritual cast that now, so I'll like just while we're on the we're on the gondola or something, I'll work on getting another one summoned.
All right.
Clicking through all the tabs.
Spider comes into existence on your shoulder.
Clicking through all the druid tabs has been a chore compared to everything else I've played. So
a lot to do as a druid.
Well, like their D&D Beyond is not intuitive with the druid stuff now. Like,
oh, you mean you're not the center of attention anymore?
Stat block stuff, like not being able to go to it, like you have to go to like 3 different pages to get stat blocks or creatures or anything for some. You think like it would be linked to the spell or something somehow.
I always knew druids were entitled. I'm not surprised.
I'm like, The last time I was trying to figure out what to do, it took me like 10 minutes.
I mean, I'm so sorry that you lost your endless hit points when you become an arch druid, but you know, you'll have to live with it.
Yeah.
As you guys step off of the gondola, taking you from the Lucent Spire into the Core Spire, you're back in the area where the Spire by Fire and some of the more entertainment district is. Up ahead, you can see a massive 3-story structure that is the Dreamscape Theater. It doesn't appear to be too crowded. Waiting by a nearby fountain, maybe about 100 feet in front of you, is Tuven. Very long white hair, her kind of pale elven features. She's wearing her green cloak that usually denotes her as a member of the network of green cloaks. She's wearing a very kind of like both a casual look and a kind of defensive look at the same time. She seems to be patiently waiting for you guys and has not noticed you yet. Is there anything you want to do before you meet up with her at the fountain in front of the theater?
Before we go waltzing in there, who are we looking to track down again?
It's Stuven Edro, right? Is the name of this person?
Yeah, that is the owner of the theater that Tuven had declared would be a good source for information for you, Elegon. Tuven's always been your network person. Because you've helped her out with tax issues, the occasional mistaken kind of smuggling issue. She's always been a good contact for you. At first, you thought it would be an exploitive relationship, but over time, the two of you have kind of used your own abilities, your abilities within Chandei Quorum to solve problems for her, and her ability to kind of introduce you to the network of people that she's established throughout Jrusar. To her, this particular owner, he is definitely on the eccentric side, but Stuven Idro is someone that's been in Jrusar for a while. He's entertained many different varieties of members, from the Warden's Guard up to the different, the different households and noble families that are here. He's even had the occasional benefit for the Chandei Quorum from time to time. So he's a known entity. But it might make sense as to why he's a good contact because of all that.
And do I think he would know about Crimp or about the World Eaters or both?
You get the feeling he definitely know about Crimp because of its
Okay.
association with the Ivory Syndicate. Whether or not he knows anything about the World Eaters, he could. He's a pretty well-traveled and, kind of bases everything that he does on the theater and making connections with people that he brings in for the purposes of the theater.
Mhm.
So that's a possibility.
Okay. Yeah, so we're looking for Steuven Edro. He's a pretty well-known purveyor of the Dreamscape Theater. And please don't embarrass me, Zordrin, by crawling out of my pocket at an inopportune time. I have appearances to keep up here, okay?
You wound me. As you wish, Elegon.
The four of you begin to slowly approach the fountain. Tuvin looks over to see all of you. Well, you bring a interesting crowd, Elegon. No introductions here. Fabian, pleasure to meet you. Your legendary creations are known to many of my clients. Happy to have you with us this evening.
Yes.
And
Happy to be here and show us off. Please tell as many people as possible as you can about us.
of course,
Me
of
specifically.
course. That is the perfect way to be deceptive and not be noticed for the purposes of spying on people. Yes, I will, of course.
Just tell them about the shop at least. And so you guys can tell it's a wonderful place.
Listen, are the three of you aware that a rat is following you?
What? A rat? Is Scragged actually with us? I thought he was going to sort of skitter somewhere. Oh, you're muted, Eric.
I don't know.
I was gonna kind of hang back and get the information I need, but I was not going inside the building with them. I was going to skitter up and kind of hide in there because I'm a giant filthy rat.
Well, I mean, you got a little bit cleaned up. Give me a stealth check. Give me a perception check for starters as you look up while Zodrin, Fabian, and Elegon are talking to Tuvin. You're examining the theater for a best approach.
All right. Perception was 23.
Okay.
Scracked, if you promise not to eat him, I could send my spider companion with you.
Oh man, that guy was. Why would I want that? That thing was fucking disgusting. How do you keep those things around? They're sickening.
They can help sneak around, and sometimes they can crawl a little better than rats.
Scratch just glaring at you, just like.
I am able to communicate through the spider.
Oh, that's perfect. Perfect. That's what I want. A foppish drow in my ear while I'm trying to snipe it. Yeah. Fuck it, whatever. Yep. Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right. First D6 inspiration of the evening. That was genius. I love it.
And I hang my hand out and just let the spider run over my hand and go down its thread and land on Scrack's shoulder.
This is the kind of vibe I'm not really looking for tonight, Zordrin.
We're not inside yet. I apologize.
I swear to all the gods and all the planes, if you bite me, I will eat you, and then I will go and I will shoot your master from I don't know how many floors up, and I will enjoy it the entire time.
I wish Scrat had to speak with animals because it would talk back to him. That would be genius.
It is talking back to me though. And it's
it's going back towards you. What'd you get for your stealth check, Scrat?
Oh, I haven't rolled it yet. Give me a second.
Okay, go for it. No, go for it.
Fire is. Okay.
But I thought at least having that could help you get some stealth bonuses, maybe.
Stealth was 26. Scrat is incredibly stealthy. I should be fine. Oh, that was even the dice I meant to roll, but I'll take it.
So, Scrat, you receive the tarantula from Zodrin, and you leave the three of them talking to Tuvin by the fountain, and you begin to kind of use the crowd that's gathered out here to begin approaching the theater. There are two large marble columns in to the right and left of the staircase that leads up to the fabric covered theater. It's almost like each level are these yellow, red, green, purple, and pink kind of gaudy fabric sails that kind of make the facade of the theater. You notice that those columns that anchor all the fabric together seem to give you access towards the second and third tier of the theater itself. You can see entry points up on the second and third tier. While there's not a huge crowd currently entering the theater, there appears to be enough cover to get you up towards the column. And then it looks like the column might be the best access to the heights of the theater if you want to find a place to post yourself up there.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm doing. Just kind of scurry up the column, find a place with a good vantage of the entire amphitheater or arena, however you want to phrase it.
Yeah, that's a theater. I mean, it's from your vantage point, you can see the front of the facade of the theater, but you can hear the music coming from inside the theater because it's also an open air theater. So the main part of the theater is open towards the ceiling, but it kind of has a magical like image scape that's an illusionary part of the theater as well. Go ahead and give me an acrobatics as you begin to climb the column up towards the second and third stories.
What is that? That is a 16.
Okay. You struggle a little bit to get started finding footholds. It's pretty smooth marble. But you watch as the tarantula kind of like coats your fingertips with webbing, giving you just enough of a sticky handhold to kind of grab onto the little unsmoothed areas of the column. And you and the tarantula are now kind of with it on your shoulder, kind of scurrying up the shadow and up into the dark kind of second floor of the theater. The four of you, Zodran, Fabian, and Elgin, after getting introduced to Tuvin begins to kind of lead all of you towards the marble stairs that lead up towards the entrance. Now, Steuven, he's a friend. He's helped me on many occasions, and I'm hoping he can help you, Elegan. Tonight is a reception, not that much of a performance. Idro likes to hold parties and offer theater performance an opportunity to audition for upcoming events. My understanding is tonight's reception, he is allowing the Harlequins to audition for the upcoming theater season. There will be quite a few people there of import. I know the Maysoon family should be there. Some members of the Luminous family should certainly be there. And other influential persons of Jrusar. I will try to track him down for you. And she's kind of having this conversation with you guys as you come up the steps. As soon as the doors open, you can hear...
That's it, Charlie.
You can hear like a subtle background music playing. And the theater is amazing. It's an open air ceiling. The reception's a little bit more formal, but as you go through the first doors and then into the second set of doors, you can hear the murmur of a small crowd of maybe about 30, 40 people spread throughout the interior of the theater. You can see invisible servants, these balls of translucent light that are taking trays of drinks and food, around to the different people. There's about 5 or 6 minstrels up on the band, just performing, giving a little bit of background music to the area. Standing in one of the aisleways, talking to a group of individuals, you can see this person. He is very much like overly dressed in like a performative way, while everyone else is kind of dressed for the evening of normal kind of nobility and kind of making their fashion statement. Idro appears to be forcing his attention on people in a way that they know who he is. And right now he's talking amongst 4 or 5 individuals. He looks up to see the 3 of you along with Tuvin coming in, and he immediately smiles, quickly walks over to Tuvin, grabs Tuvin's hand and kind of brushes it across his mouth quickly. Tuvin, it was a pleasure. What delicious snacks have you brought me? Who are they? Oh my, your skin is blue and you're looking smoky. As he looks over at Zodran, what is your name?
Zodran. He reaches his hand out in like this really awkward, like gangly fingered grasp.
His eyebrow arcs up as he grabs your hand and brushes it across his mouth. And who is this charming looking individual as he stares over at Elegon?
My name is Elegon of the Chandei Quorum. A pleasure to meet you. We'll do a very business-like handshake.
Yes, if you wouldn't mind, not Chandei your quorum around people. Just keep your quorum Chandei kind of on the down low. I have people here that might be a little uncomfortable hearing that, darling. Thank you very much. No introduction need here. Fabian, pleasure to finally meet you. I always mean to get to your shop and try out some of your wares, and I can see all of you seem to be wearing a bit. Although Tuvin, dressing down, are we? Tuvin kind of blushes a little bit. Well, shall we go have a drink and a snack? And I'm assuming that Tuvin has brought you here to have a conversation with me. I have a few moments to spare before the Harlequin audition begins. Please, follow me. Tuvin kind of walking with the 3 of you. Tuvin leans into your ear, Elegon. Sorry, I forgot to mention. Better to have a cover story for why you're here. Mentioning the Chandei Quorum in here could be, well, dangerous and influencing the wrong people.
Tuvin, I don't like to criticize you, but that would have been much more helpful to know.
I know. I failed on my insight check. I'm terribly sorry. I tried to remember. I'm so sorry.
Well, the damage is done. We'll do what we can.
Yes, I agree.
You don't have to.
She kind of throws her arm around your shoulders.
People should know.
Well, yeah. Sorry. You guys kind of like are meandering through the crowd. Idro brings you over to a small round table with a bunch of drinks sitting on it. If you would, please. And you watch as an invisible servant brings over a tray of like little hors d'oeuvres and snacks to kind of set on the table. And Idro kind of looks at the 3 of you. So, how could the most wonderful person in the world help 3 of the most charming looking individuals?
I'm going to kind of lay back and kind of lean my shoulder into Fabian, since it seems like I've kind of stepped in it, and see if he'll kind of take the lead.
Okay.
Well, obviously we don't want to make our presence known, but we're looking for a little bit of information, if you could assist us.
Oh, yes. One of my favorite well-priced opportunities. Of course. What information would you like?
I believe we're trying to find a little bit more out about a man named Crimp.
Oh, Tuvin, you bring me heavy hitters.
If anyone asks, though, please let them know I'm just trying to display my wares for the very important.
Oh, of course. That makes sense, I think. I am the best theater in the city. I am by far the most humblest of people in the city, and I could offer you nothing but accolades for your clothing. So that makes sense to me. Yeah, friend. But yes, Tuvin, you bring me heavy hitters in regard to information. Tuvin, my fee will be the normal fee, I hope. Of course. Just answer the fucking question, you performative shit. Sorry.
I
so sorry.
like you.
I apologize, of course. Tuvin's in a state. Anyways, and I assure you, Tuvin, what happened last time was not... We're not here to worry about what happened last time, Idro. Just answer the question. Of course, of course. Anyways, he picks up a crystal glass and starts sipping from it. Crimp is a anomaly. He cares little for wealth. He seems to be hireable to the highest bidder based on what they can provide him for his experimentations. While he is by far a very clever and capable artificer, he gives off that vibe of one of my favorite theater performances I call Frankenstein. He's just odd. He is an amalgamation of both humanoid existence and mechanical existence. When he breathes, it sounds like metal and air are escaping a pipe, if you get my meaning. I've met him on 2 occasions. The first time I met him was the construction of the illusionary ceiling that you see in here, which was completely my idea. No one else thought about it but me. However, I needed some help with its fabrication. And for some of the lighting and illusionary effects of the stage. Both times the meetings were quick, curt, and very, how shall we say, to the point. No one likes to converse anymore. I mean, just the other day, I was in the market shopping for some rare elderberries that come in from the Hellcatch Valley. And so there I was with only a few coin in hand, and I thought, why not strike up a conversation? Tuvin's like, this is ridiculous. This is why, Idro, this is why you don't have friends. They can't stand you after about 5 minutes.
Are you sure?
Oh, but
that?
Tuvin, we're friends, aren't we? Tuvin just kind of closes her eyes and just sighs heavily. Sorry, I got off on a tangent. Anyways, the 2 times that I met Crimp, he was very interested in offerings of manufacture. Now, I have friends in low places. He kind of gives Elegon kind of like high eyebrows. I sometimes have to make deals when deals aren't always pleasurable to make. But he trades in organic material, metalwork, and alchemicals. That's all he cares for. That's all he's interested in. Now, the second time I met him, this was quite a while ago. I actually went into his workshop. Now, his workshop is located in the Ember Spire, as far as I can recall. And I believe it was a very dilapidated warehouse structure on the lowest tier of the Ember Spire. I don't really remember any shop names or anything else near it, but he demanded an audience and delivery of a certain substance that I'd come across. He's going to make an insight check on Elephant really quick. Okay. I had come across a very small amount of residuum, and he felt it was very important for good trade. So I couldn't resist the opportunity. What was interesting was what he was working on. This very large metal construct. It had huge arms that looked like flails, and it seemed to have like a boxy kind of metal contingent to its lower body. And he seemed to talk to it whenever he worked on it. But when I delivered the residuum, he seemed to think that that was the final ingredient that he needed for this thing. He accepted it, made the trade for the illusionary gems that I used for the theater. And that was the last time I've ever seen Crimp. And unfortunately, all I know is now that he works for the Ivory Syndicate, he is nigh impossible to find. Whether or not he's still in that same workshop, I'm not entirely sure. He could be in the private estate workshops of the Ivory Syndicate, for all I know, or in their secret headquarters location, or what other criminal empires they're constantly influencing. Maybe. Don't know. I try to avoid the Ivory Syndicate, as they say.
How would
long ago
you?
was this? How long ago was this that you went to his shop?
Oh, 6 months?
6
Maybe-
months ago.
Yeah, maybe more. Possibly. It was quite a while ago.
But it seems like he had been working there for quite some time.
Oh, definitely. Well established. The workshop
Well,
looked...
the shop 6 months ago. I'm sure he wouldn't have just abandoned it.
I got the feeling that he does what he wants, regardless of the cost or effort. He definitely had a magical vibe about himself.
You said that he trades in organics.
Yes. Molds, slimes, the occasional body part that I can't explain where it came from. Strange plants, strange carnivorous plants. Every now and then I get my hands on things from the Hellcatch Valley and other places that are quite horrific to look at, but, makes a little extra coin on the side.
And have you ever seen what he uses those organics for?
Oh, God, no. I would not want to be around anything that he makes. It would be terrifying. I think it would be quite idiotic, violent, and difficult to deal with.
What was Scracked babbling about earlier today? Some kind of Warforged creation.
I tend to tune him out. Sorry. He was complaining that my spiders gave him indigestion.
Frankly, I don't think I was paying attention to that. I was extremely focused on who was looking at me and us and whatever things I put together.
If you needed to get into contact with Crimp now, who would you speak to?
Oh, I'm not really sure. I don't really have any Ivory Syndicate connections.
Can I roll insight against that?
Sure. He kind of looks past the three of you out into the crowd, eyes a particular tabaxi for a moment, and then kind of turns back to the rest of you. What'd you get, Zodrin?
That's 24.
Okay.
Woo!
I have a +8 to insight.
We gotta save these rolls for
You
our
definitely,
main campaign.
I know, right?
Yeah.
You definitely get the feeling he's lying, but he's not lying to protect himself. He might be lying to protect someone else.
I'll step closer to him and do my creepy shoulder hold thing.
Oh. For a second there, I thought a spider was on my shoulder. Yes,
Now.
Zodrin was your name. Yes, what can I...
Idro,
Yes,
we're among friends. You can tell us
are we?
how you would contact them.
I'm not really sure how... Now that he works for the Ivory Syndicate, I'm not entirely sure how to make that happen, to be honest with you.
Zod, now I just don't believe you're being honest. Is it somewhere that perhaps we should go apart from the rest? You could share this information.
Oh, no, I will not be going with you anywhere. Thank you very much. I'm perfectly happy here in public where there are plenty of people to see where I am. Thank you. Yes.
Oh, you're intimidated already.
No,
You
I'm
have-
terrified. You're creepy.
Could I try to use persuasion? Try to persuade him to come with us, or maybe share more information.
Sure, go for it. How are you going to persuade him?
gonna kind of try to flirt with him a little bit and start to play with his suit and start to tell him, "Oh, there's wonderful things I could do to this."
Maybe swatting my hand away would help.
I gracefully swat your hand away.
Yeah, give me a
It's
persuasion.
just amazing if you would just the things I can get for you at this shop.
When you do that, though, I'll cast guidance. Like I'll cast
Ooh.
guidance on you because it has to be a contact, right? So
Yeah,
when you
yeah.
swat, I'm like, whoop, and so like it's a like on that touch.
Yeah.
That's very
So
smooth.
persuasion with a D4.
Persuasion plus a D4. Where are we at? So that'll be a 25, 28.
Ooh.
Nice. He immediately looks away from Zodran. You get his full attention, and he sees you kind of, after moving Zodran's hand away, gets this kind of relief at the disconnect, sees you admiring his attire, and it's like, oh, of course. Maybe over here by the veranda. Let's go discuss things over there. Less eyes and ears. Maybe that will help. Tuvin and the rest of you kind of follow Idro over in that direction. Scrat, you're up on the second story of the balcony section of the reception hall. It's a very thin walkway that can take you out into the main theater area. There are strange mechanical implements up in here. Things to allow curtains to fall, interaction with kind of strange magical gems that can broadcast out like illusions and minor illusion effects. No one else is up here right now. There is another level up that looks like the more fancy balcony seating that would have a very distinct kind of like vantage down into the crowd, like the main heart of the theater. What would you like to do?
Is there any like ropes or what kind of ways out of line of sight to get up to the third level from where I'm at?
Give me a perception check as you start looking around for way up to the third level.
Okay, Charlie, please stop sweating my dice.
But I want to roll that.
That's not great.
Yeah, they're
That
right
is
there.
a 13.
13?
Yeah,
I like
13.
how average is not great.
I know.
This is how you know you've played with. This is how you know you're playing with players that have been level 20 before. 13. You look around and there's all these pulley systems, designed to control all the mechanisms up here. A couple of the pulley systems are tied off as if to not be in use. So yeah, some of these ropes can help you scramble up to the next level.
Okay. I want to try to find one. Can Scrap kind of work out, like maybe do an investigation and try to find one of the pulleys where if he does that classic kick off the sandbag or cut a rope and just
Yeah, give me an investigation check as you examine the 3 or 4 rope pulleys that you've kind of approached to see if those can get you up there.
Oh, that is a 14.
14, yeah. There's a couple of them that have these sandbags looped around them. They look like they're used for kind of like quick release so that the ropes can allow mechanisms to react quickly. So yeah, there's a couple of those. There's at least 2 that are tied up like that.
Scrap wants to kind of like wrap his one arm around one of those ropes, and I want to try to make it look like maybe the rope frayed. I'm trying to see what I have in my hands. Can I maybe try to pour out some of my black powder and light that just to make it look like it was an old dirty rope that kind of got frayed from the theater lights or whatever? Like there was a line light and some of it caught somewhere.
Sure, give me a sleight of hand as you put this plan in motion.
Okay, that is a 24.
Yeah.
Actually, that is a different detail. It doesn't matter. That's actually a 27. I think that's the wrong D20.
Poor Ryan.
That was
Ryan's
a-
like, could you please wait till we're fighting? This is it's getting ridiculous. You know it's coming. This beautiful
my murder
theater,
guys
casual
really like me.
conversation the horror is coming any moment now. You're rolling 27s,
Yeah.
26s, 24s, 28s.
Hey, now that I'm playing evil characters, my murder dice really like me.
There
Get
you
some
go.
blood spatter dice.
That's what I should be rolling.
Yeah, get some blood spatter.
That's better dice.
You put a little black powder and you kind of strike the flint. It causes it to burn and fray and kind of unravel a bit. You wrap your wrist around it. Now, because your sleight of hand was so good and your plan is solid, as you wrap your wrist around it and the weight in the sandbags released, silently, you're flung up to the third level and you're able to crawl into the back walkway right behind all the main balcony seating. As you stand there in the walkway looking right and left, the walkway's roped off, so no one's allowed up here from best you can tell. You move into the middle balcony seating area, and now you have this beautiful vantage point down into the heart of the theater. Give me perception with advantage because of your height as you come out like into the edge of the balcony.
All right, let's see what we got. Well, not the crit fail. So that is a 16.
16?
Yeah.
Once again, way better than average. Give me a stealth check to remain in the shadows of the shadow light of the balcony as well.
Murder dice, I just talked you up, and now you're doing this to me? That's a 16.
16? Okay.
I get it, guys. It's fine. I talked you up, and now you're rolling low. It's fine.
With the tarantula on your shoulder, you move into the shadow of the balcony, and you have an excellent view of everything. You can see Zadrin, Fabian, Elegon, Tuvin, and you're assuming that they've made their contact because a fifth person is walking with them over towards the downstairs veranda, just right of the stage, but private enough that they seem to be in a private conversation. You then begin to look at the stage itself. There are some very flamboyantly dressed individuals that seem to be practicing a performance. You can see the minstrels off to the right of the stage playing in the background music. There's maybe 2-3 dozen people in little groups kind of talking and conversing. It's at that moment that as you guys get with Idro off to the side, you get up top, the illusion of the theater shifts and changes. The feeling of the theater changes as well. Idro immediately gets excited. Oh, they're going to start. Hold on, we could talk in a moment. You've got to see this. These Harlequins are amazing. The minstrel music begins to shift as well. Becomes more dreamscape, more kind of light. You watch as the theater goes dark. And then there's an explosion of illusionary light. And as the light explodes all throughout the theater, the crowd just, look at that. No way. Oh, it's the Harlequins. Oh, it's about time. And the 30 or so individuals kind of crowding up towards the front of the theater, leaving the aisles and the front of the theater kind of choked with them all up front. The stage itself is very dark with little explosions of color. You watch as a individual comes up on to the stage.
Look at this guy.
Colors and strange illusionary magic coming off his form. A huge black hat with all this gear work and kind of theater jewelry all over it. White makeup face with an extended jawline and bright yellow-white teeth. Strange kind of glasses on his nose. And he's limping across with his cane towards the center of the stage. And he looks out amongst the crowd. It is good to be here at last. The Harlequins have known of this theater for so long. Finally have an opportunity to play here is a dream come true. And as he says the dream come true, there's an explosion of pink yellow light behind him. And you watch as individuals similarly dressed to him, but more kind of Cirque du Soleil style behind him, are doing acrobatics and kind of using some things that have been set up to perform. Dreams are the places we look for the answers of our future. Because from beyond the veil, where the slumbering one waits, in the depths of the dream, where shadows meets fate, we call to the unseen. By the waking eye come forth from the dark, where the secret ones lie. And you watch as there's an explosion of red and pink light, and you watch as these acrobats on people's shoulders and stilts have these feathered vestments and these creature-like vestments on their form as they begin to kind of like mimic as if they're in battle, as if they're fighting.
Can I send my tarantula across the ceiling? Like he's going out like more directly over top of the stage to get like a bird's eye.
Well, the problem
view.
is there's no ceiling is the problem.
Ah, okay. Well, are there like beams up there?
It's an open air theater where the illusion is giving off all the lighting effects.
Are there any like cross beams at all, or is it just completely wide open?
It's pretty much completely wide open. The only place for the tarantula to go would be along the edge of the balcony scape, and then eventually back down into the theater.
Okay, well, I'm just trying to send him around more to the stage side, I guess, or towards the stage.
He will have to make an acrobatics or athletics to make the journey.
Okay.
So give me that check really quick.
That's probably acrobatics.
And then give me a stealth check as well.
That's a 5 on the acrobatics, though. So stealth, though, a 6. Woo!
So
Spiders.
As he scurries off of Scratch's shoulder along the edge of the balcony railing, it loses its footing and falls off the balcony. And as it falls, it lands on top of a patron's hairdo. She immediately screams like, ah! And then her companion sees it and just squishes the spider in her hair.
Sorry, bud.
And you feel the familiar connection separate.
Spiders.
I give Zordran a very disapproving look. Like,
Idro, kind of watching the beginnings of this performance, looks at all of you. Fascinating, isn't it? It's said that their acrobatics and their theatrics, along with their understanding of myth and lore of the old world, kind of all intertwine. The crowd is now silent and staring intently at the theater. Dreams are the places we'd like to go, but can't always find. Guardians of the dreamscape, keepers of the night, whisper to us your wisdom hidden from sight. Unveil the mysteries that lie in the deep, where ancient things awaken from their restless sleep. And you watch as the battle finishes behind them, and this performer, swaddled in all these silks, is pulled up into the air and kind of doing this aerobatic routine. The Harlequin presenter watches the crowd. He smiles. These are the places that we always hope to find. In our hearts and in our mind, we offer this stage, this grand sanctuary, as tribute to the old powers, both dreadful and wary. In the name of art, we embrace your grace and summon you now to take your place. one of the audience members begins to like grab their throat, like they can't breathe. They immediately collapse, and two of the other members like bend down to see what's happening. Further off into the crowd, you can hear something similar happening to another person, and then another person. There's an explosion of light. All of the acrobatic performers now kind of doing a crescendo, bringing themselves together behind the announcer. May you walk among us, unseen and unknown. Lend us your strength. Let your power be shown. For we invite you. We welcome you, O spirits of old. The dreamscape is yours, as it once was foretold. The Harlequin announcer makes a flourish. There's an explosion of illusionary light, and then in an instant, the stage explodes upward. You watch as wood and brick and rope and mortar fly up into the air. The acrobatic performers tossed off into different directions, expecting to see a panicked crowd. Instead, you see a crowd fixated on the stage as this creature, unlike anything you've ever seen, forms up out of the stage, its huge mouth and tentacles unfurled around it. You watch as those that were concerned with the ones that collapsed to the ground, suddenly their eyes gone to green, yellow light, and they begin to just walk up towards the stage, chanting over and over again 2 words: World Eater, World Eater, World Eater. You then watch as the people that had collapsed around the audience begins to shred their physical form. You watch as their bodies split open, their bodies split asunder, and these creatures tear out of their form. There's 3 of them. You watch as one grabs a thin waif of a woman, picks her up, throws her into the mouth of the beast, the teeth shutting and slamming around it. I need everyone to roll for initiative, please.
All right.
So can I get that rifles thing now? God.
What rifle? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That rifle's going
that's
to reveal itself once you decide to shoot it.
Oh, okay. I had 3 of them though. I mean, they were shooting at me.
Oh no!
That is gross.
I didn't give you any stats on that rifle yet, right?
Correct.
No, none.
Okay,
None
good.
of them. Yeah.
Good. Because I don't think anyone did identify on it either, right?
Nope.
You did. Let me find it. I did not take great notes.
We just did it was from the Hellcatch Valley.
Yeah, it was just
Yeah,
a manufacturer of the Hellcatch Valley, yeah.
It wasn't identified. It was just a detect magic, or not even detect magic. I don't think was it.
I think you just
Yeah,
investigated it, right?
I investigated it, and because of my firearms ability, I was able to determine it was produced in the Hellcatch Valley. That's
Correct.
What it was.
All right. Let's switch over to the Tailspire map.
I can't remember. Did we get a short rest?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, you had a short rest, correct. All right, switch that over here. Let me get you guys all positioned appropriately.
Ooh.
It's a theater.
You guys would actually be over here in the corner.
Those things are disgusting.
These creatures, one is actually down in this aisleway. This one is down here.
Those are not my spiders.
Let me see. I think I thought I put one out, but I think I forgot. Hold on.
Hey, Kurt, what was your initiative? You just don't have it in there.
Yeah, I didn't put it in there yet. Sorry.
Oh, there you go. I see it in the front.
Yep.
Okay, never mind.
Why is that not working? There it is. Why? I'm getting some. Oh, that's right. That's what I was going to use for this because it was the only option I had. Oops. That's not working. Sorry, I thought I had this guy out already, and I think I forgot to put him out. So you know what? I am going to... Oh, I got so used to using the repository, I forgot it's actually in my old file. Where I kept them.
Womp womp.
Hey, let me double check the timing on this because I might have to.
Okay, why is it? All right, let's get him out of the way. The announcer. And that's the creature up on the stage.
Ooh.
Oh, that looks pleasant.
All right.
Where's Kevin Bacon when you need him?
I know, right? All right, let's put everybody in order. We've got Elegon up first. Oof, your sniper's like almost last. All right, Elegon, you are up with the bad guys on deck.
All right. So where am I right now?
You are. There is Fabian. Oop. Let me fix Scrat because Scrat should be up in the rafters.
Mhm.
Should be up in the balcony. There. These are regular guests. The guards. Did I not put Elegon out there yet? There's Zodrin. Is that Elegon or is that Fabian? That's
No.
Fabian.
That's
I think it's
Fabian.
Hold on, I might have forgot to grab you over here. Where'd you go? You disappeared.
Oh, no.
How weird.
I'm in kind of a red outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Where'd you disappear to? Oh well. Luckily, in the digital world, you can just go get it again.
Oh, there I am.
There you are.
All right, we're still doing 4 action point system, same as the main.
Well,
campaign, right?
we built everything with the 2024 core rules, so I was going to ask you guys:
Yeah,
are we
I'm fine.
doing 2024 rules, or are we doing the homebrew AP?
I'm fine with 2024 on Scrap. Like, he's built for it, so.
So I kind of leave it up to you guys. I don't know. I think Elegon might have gone the other way because of being a spellcaster. The 4 AP system is definitely more fun when you're a spellcaster.
Yeah, I'm okay to do either way. I had
Okay.
assumed we'd do 4 AP since that was what we were doing in the other campaign.
Totally
Eric,
up to you guys.
Eric, do you mean you built your character as a 2024 character, or do you mean
I
you
built mine
want
as
to use...
2024. I was saying, like, that's fine. Scrat's fine to use 2024. It was the main campaign. And Trauma, I kind of, for what I want to do later on, like level 3 and up, I physically can't do it because it doesn't exist in 2024.
Right.
But we're talking about just action points.
Yeah, we're
versus,
just
like
talking-
a
that's fine,
regular
that's fine, that's fine.
bonus
Yeah,
action
absolutely
or
fine.
whatever.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, let's
So
do
let's go
let's
ahead.
do the action points. That's fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do the homebrew main campaign agreement. I wanted to give you guys that choice. Oh my God, Zodrin, you are so creepy looking. Elegon, you are up with the bad guys on deck. You have 4 AP to spend.
Okay. All right. Can I do like an Arcana check or something to try and understand what this monster is and what it might be vulnerable to?
Yeah, give me an Arcana check if you would.
Okay.
Please. That'll be 1 AP to do that.
Okay. All right. That's a 12.
A 12? It's some kind of summoned horror, but you're not sure what its weakness or what its capabilities are. You've never seen something like this before.
Okay. And there are 4 monsters. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay.
There's one right here. There is another one near another group of people back here. And then one by a group of people right there. This creature seems to be part of the stage, like it broke up through the stone and floor of the stage.
Okay.
And it's almost like it's there. It's unable to move, and it's being fed. So you like that? You watch that first woman get thrown into it, and its mouth just like gulping it down.
Okay. Let me hit the monster that's closest to us with a chromatic orb.
Okay. What's the save?
And it's
Oh, you have ranged
a
attack,
spell
right?
attack. Yeah.
Yep. Go for it.
Okay. So I've got a +7 to my spell attack. That's an 11.
11. You watch as the chromatic orb gets near the creature. The creature just sees the orb, ducks underneath it as it arcs off into the distance.
Okay, that's 2 points. So then for my last point, I will just run as far away from the monsters as I can. I have 30 feet.
That'll actually put you back here in the corner of the stage.
Okay, perfect.
Right there. All right, that'll finish Alagan. This creature is going to grab these two and spend its turn tossing both into the mouth of the creature behind it. So that's 2 AP to do that.
Could I try as a reaction to like druid craft something to try and like snatch them out of the air?
Druidcraft really isn't that robust and fancy. It's meant for like flowers and plants and
Sure. Yeah,
I mean, if you had a druid
just a question,
spell
so-
as a reaction, that would make more sense.
Yeah, I don't have one of those
Okay.
of that kind.
I mean, you could throw flowers at them as they're being tossed through the air.
Right.
Creature will then skitter up on stage for its 3rd AP. And then it'll take down one of the bards. This one will toss the turtle into the mouth of the creature.
Ooh.
And another crowd member move and then knock down another patron. The other one will toss this one and this one. They'll skitter into base with these 3 and knock down another patron. The announcer, however, will see what you guys are doing. He will move over to the brazier. He will reach his hand into the brazier. You watch as a ball of fire begins to swirl in his hand. And he throws it down in the direction of Fabian, Zadrin, Tuvin, and Idro. I will roll dex saves for you. Fabian and Zadrin, give me dex saves if you would, please. Ooh, they both will succeed. That's kind of nice.
I got 19.
That'll succeed. Zadrin?
7.
That'll fail. You watch as serpentine kind of flames course through the 4 of you. While doing some damage to the others, Zadrin, you'll take 12 points of fire damage. And Fabian, you'll take 6 points of fire damage. So that's 3 AP. He's got 1 AP left. As a cantrip, he will bring his hands together and a gelatinous slime will spread between his hands and he'll throw it towards you, Fabian. Give me a con save if you would, please.
Ooh, nat 20 for a 24.
Nice.
Nice.
You watch as the liquid material is about to just slime onto your body, but at the last minute you take your staff and you bat it away from you as you are not affected by it whatsoever. That'll finish the bad guy's turn. Fabian, you are up with Scrat on deck.
So we have kind of this presenter, the monster next to him, the really big monster, and then
One
that
here
guy.
and one back there as well.
All right, I'm going to unleash vicious mockery on the presenter.
Nice. Wisdom save?
I believe so. Let me double check.
That
Yes,
is an
wisdom save.
18 plus 2, which is a 20.
Yeah, he succeeds that.
Okay. Got 3 AP left.
Because
Vicious Mockery, that's a cantrip, right?
that's a cantrip, yes.
Yep,
So
okay.
that's just one. Shit, I really want to. I'm going to try to. So if I do Fairy Fire at a first level, so objects in a 20-foot cube, I should be able to get the spell, this main guy and the other guy next to him.
Correct, yeah. What's the save on that? Dex?
That is a Dex.
That is a 3 and a 4. They will both fail.
Those both fail.
I wonder if they built a Fairy Fire yet. Let's see. How do you spell fairy? F-A-I-R-Y?
F-A-E-R-I.
F-A...
So now you guys have attack rolls. On both of them have advantage if you can see.
Awesome.
Nice.
And I'm going to try to skitter as far away as possible now. In the other direction that Elegon was. So kind of going towards the back of the theater.
Let's see if I can find one.
You're looking for a cube of light?
Yeah. There we go. Let's do... Yeah, I thought I'd seen one. I wonder if they... Nope. I'm just going to use the light vortex because that's not one. Fire vortex. Not quite the color I like, but it kind of represents it better. Sort of downloading. There we go. Ooh, I like this one.
Ooh.
Sorry. My OCD's kicking in. You know how that goes.
Uh-huh.
I do, in fact.
The
So you
general internet behavior has been rather unimpressive lately. But I will use this one for now. All right. Fairy Fire is surrounding. So are you targeting an object on the announcer or are you targeting an object on the monster? Because if you target an object other than them, then they're able to move away from the Fairy Fire. But if you target an object on them, it'll follow them.
I will do it on his hat, on this performer's hat.
Perfect. And then you want to move back towards Elegon?
No. The opposite direction. Yeah.
Okay. That will finish Fabion's turn. Scrat, you are up with Zadrin on deck.
Okay. Scrat wants to very explicitly not move, but I want to try to get into like a prone position where I am as supported as I can be and as hidden as I can be.
You're in an epic location. Like you're in the middle of the theater. You have perfect vision to your right and left. You have advantage because of your height. And then you lie prone, and you give me a stealth check for your prone condition. That way, if people can't see you, there will be a disadvantage.
That is an 18.
18. Okay. All right, you got 4 AP. What you doing?
Okay, well, unfortunately, because of how I built my guy, he's really only going to be able to do like one thing. So I am going to use I'm going to target the announcer. I'm going to use a sneak attack since I have advantage on him. And I'm going to
actually, since we're playing the AP rules, the homebrew rules, you have double advantage.
Oh, cool.
So you get to roll 3 d20s and take the higher of the 3 rolls.
Okay.
Because he's lit up with Fairy Fire, and you are at height.
Okay. So I don't even have to use steady aim. I can move if I need to.
Yep.
Oh, almost 4 dice. Ooh, that was a 19 plus my. That is a 27. I'm using the new rifle. So how much damage does that do?
Okay.
To the new rifle?
So because you're
What's the-
using the new rifle,
Mhm.
as soon as you pull the trigger, you watch as a black liquid like funnels into the rifle, and when it comes out the front of the rifle, it kind of like turns into a super heated kind of black plasma of energy and magic, and it just arcs through the air, slamming into the announcer with a brutal strike because of the armor class. It does 2d10 acid damage as you are in possession of an acid rifle.
Ooh. Pretty sick.
What?
It does
Let's
not
see,
have
I
any
got-
bonuses to hit, but it is an acid rifle. So it does
You're fine.
2d10. Plus you
I
get an
want to-
additional 2d4 because it's a brutal shot.
Okay. So I did great with my 2d10. That was only 12, but let me roll up the rest. That is 17 plus 3, 18. I'm sorry, 20 rather. 21, and I'm going to, because I am using a sneak attack, I get to do my 3d6.
Yep, go
So-
for it.
I'm going to go ahead and poison him with one of those. So that's one of those there. He's poisoned, can't move until he gets that effect. And my 2d6 are plus 7. So I think that was 28 total damage, if my math is right.
Yep.
All right. And
Does he get a
it's very-
save for the poison effect?
Huh?
Does he get a
Okay.
save for the poison effect?
He does. Let me find it because it's
Probably
you
con.
add 2. Okay. Yeah, DC6 con save.
Okay.
I failed save.
That is a 15 plus 3. So
Oh.
he'll take half. Does he take half the poison damage or not?
There's no damage. It's the poison effect.
So he is not poisoned. Gotcha.
Okay.
He'll take 28 points of damage from your shot. And then you watch, all of you just see this super heated black light come from the balcony down. It strikes like the chest area of the announcer, knocking all of his colorations and illusions, kind of spraying it backward. The announcer, the Harlequin, and you watch as his head turns 180 degrees without moving his body. You can just hear it kind of cracking and kind of creaking as it does it. And then he looks up at the balcony. He is going to spend a reaction to rebuff. Scrap, give me a con save, if you would, please.
Right. Okay, so mine's plus 1. Cool. Where's my dice? Murder dice, I talked to you. Fuck you. That's a 3.
A 3. You feel fingers kind of wrap around your throat and kind of quickly close on your throat as you take 4 points of force damage.
I'll take that. Oh, it was as I'm kind of being choked out. I'm going to use a free action just.
I fucking hate this avant-garde theater bullshit.
That was only 1 AP. You got 3 AP left.
Okay. I'm going to try to. Is the thing around my neck a actual physical?
No, it was just
or
a
is it-
brief kind of like designed to just do a bit of damage and distraction to you,
Okay. I'm going to take another shot. at
or
it.
possibly mark you. You're not sure.
I'm going to take another shot at him. I will go ahead. I have not moved, so I can use my whatever it is. Where are you? I'll take.
Well, keep in mind
I'll
he's
take care
fairy
of
fired. He's fairy fired, and you're at height, so you would have a double advantage. But because you're shooting at him again, you have 1 disadvantage, so you have advantage on this roll.
Okay. Okay, that one. Oh god, that sucks. Let me see what my plus to hit was, because I think this is a 12. I rolled a 3 and a 4.
Yeah, it goes right past the announcer, slams into the ground at the feet, and just starts burbling acid around his feet. That's 2 AP so far.
All right, now I'm gonna have to burn this. I'm gonna switch to my musket because this acid rifle doesn't seem to be liking me that much.
Okay.
But,
Bring out your
I'll use my
musket.
steady. Yeah, I'll use my steady aim. So I can't move for the rest of the round, but I moved
Okay.
in anyway. So
Okay. This will be a
That's
regular
better.
roll. This will be a regular roll.
okay. I got a 7, or no, that's a 25 to hit.
25 would be another brutal strike. Yeah. You get 2 extra D4. Roll for damage.
All right. I'm gonna roll those first. So that's 2. So plus 4. D12 plus 5. Oh, you got it. Okay, you're doing better now. That is 20. 20 damage, and because it is another sneak attack, I will use my stuff again. So I'm gonna try to poison him again and do my.
You can't. You can only ever do sneak attack once per turn.
Okay, well never mind then. So that is another 20 damage with my regular musket because that acid rifle did not like me, and I'm just gonna kind of bury myself.
1 AP
where I
left.
Let me see what I can do because I can't physically move, and Spot doesn't have any.
You could take a 4th shot at disadvantage.
Well, Scrot.
All right, why not?
Spot doesn't have anything.
Oh, sorry, Scrat rather. All right, let's try slightly different dice. All right, I'll do it at disadvantage and see if I can hit him with my disadvantage. Okay, that's a 22 to hit.
22 will be a not brutal, but will be heavy. Get 1 extra D4. Roll for damage.
Plus 2, or wait, no, plus 3. You do it again. So that is 14. That is 19 damage.
Nice. That 3 series of shots, 4 shots. 2 with the acid rifle, 2 with the musket. 1 acid rifle missing, but the crack of the musket now has gone up. Filling the top of the balcony area with like black powder smoke. And you watch as the announcer gets hit twice by the musket, once by the acid. Just kind of almost stumbles from the effect. And you watch as its lower jaw then descends. Tongues begin to come out of its mouth. And it just kind of looks up in the balcony with its head 180 degree turned up towards the balcony, kind of hissing up at Scrat. That'll finish Scrat's turn. Zodran, you're up with the rest of the theater on deck.
Okay, first I'm going to I'll go on a bonus action into my starry form.
Okay.
Which is the wild shape. So let me take off that spell slot. That lasts for 10 minutes, so I've got time to use that one. Then I'm going to use my drow magic and cast darkness on the big ugly thing.
The announcer will spend a reaction point and counterspell that.
Okay. Okay, and then I will. I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt.
Okay, go for it.
On him, since he's just denied my darkness. I look over at him and I fire off a Guiding Bolt at him, just first level. That's
roll the hit.
Yep. I gotta go back and look at it because I'm looking at 2 different tabs. Okay, so I get that with advantage as well, right? Because he's fairy fired.
He is.
How about an 18 to hit?
18. He reacts again and counterspells it a second time.
Okay. Then I'm going to. Open a moonbeam over top of the big ugly.
Darkness is an AP, correct?
It's a feature, so it doesn't burn a spell slot. Does that count as spell slot or?
Well, either way, it consumes an AP, right?
Yes.
Guiding Bolt is 2 AP.
Okay.
So that's 3 AP.
Got 1 AP.
You've only got 1 AP left.
Gotcha. Okay. No, I don't, because I wild shaped.
Oh yeah, that's right. You wild shaped.
Okay.
There's the missing Elegon. Get rid of that. It fell inside the chair. That was kind of funny. So yeah, that'll finish your turn. Bottom of the round, these 3 begin to walk like they're in a trance towards the creature. They'll finish there. This one will do the same and finish in front of the creature. The bard will walk towards the creature as well. This bard will walk towards the creature as well. She will move towards the creature. Crier will move towards... Actually, he's right next to it. He will immediately crawl into the mouth of the creature and disappear. The guard will walk towards the creature. These two will walk up, finish in base with the creature. This guard will literally just walk through the three of you and then finish his move, joining the rest. And of course, this guy will walk up to the creature in their trance-like state. All right, they'll finish the theater's turn. Top of the second round. Since we're at the top of the second round, let's go ahead and take our break now. And when we come back, we'll do the second half.
Right on.
All right. Mostly back. At least two of us are back. Just waiting for the rest. Oh, Elegon has returned to Parish. I mean, to play.
I'm just bopping the Chapel Roan in my head right now. I can't get it out, man. HOTTOGO. See? It's like the catchiest thing.
Yeah, it is. It's,
Yeah, it is.
It is. Definitely requires some kind of antibiotic. All right. Top of the second round. Elegon, you are up with the bad guys on deck.
Okay. Let me
You're back in the corner. You can see that Fabian has fallen back here to the side of the theater. Zadrin still over by Tuvin and you know what? I'm sorry. Tuvin and Idro would go during the theater move. Let me do their wisdom saves. They are good. Oh, they're elves. They're half elves. One's an elf, one's a half elf. So Idro will come over beside Fabian, and we'll say Tuvin come over beside Elegon. She pull out her dagger, and he will pull out his dagger, and that will finish their turn. Okay, Elegon, you're up with the bad guys on deck.
Okay. Let me Let me throw a chromatic orb at the sorcerer guy.
Okay. And Fabian, Fairy Fire's concentration, correct?
Let me double check. Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
And I have advantage, right? Because he's under the fairy fire effect.
You do, yeah. So
Okay.
go ahead and throw another orb at him.
Okay. 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 So with advantage, that is a 25.
That is a brutal strike with Chromatic Orb. You get an extra
Alright.
2d4 damage on that one.
Nice. Okay. So that is 5d8. I will do.
Woohoo!
Nice.
But what kind of damage to do?
Ooh, yes. Your little Arcana check didn't help you out with that, did it?
Not. I'll do 5d8 of lightning damage on this guy.
Excellent choice.
All right. Okay. So that is 1 plus 2.
Here come those Elegant damage rolls.
It's another 1.
No.
Plus a 6
Hey.
is 10.
Yep,
Plus the 2 is
12.
12.
12.
Plus you get 2d4.
Plus 2d4. Man. Okay. So plus 2 plus 2. So that's a 16.
Yeah, you watch it. You crackle lightning into his form. It lashes into him. More of his humanoid form falling away, and his more kind of horror form beginning to kind of come out from underneath the illusion of his Harlequin disguise. And he starts hissing. You hear the bone of the neck crack as his head turns back towards you, and kind of hisses in your direction.
Okay. And then Chromatic Orb says if you roll the same number on 2 or more of the d8s, the orb leaps to a different target of your choice. So
Yeah.
can I have it roll over and hit the big guy?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It bounces, and the lightning crackles off the other creature as all dozens of its mouths kind of holler in pain from being struck by the lightning.
Okay. And I have to roll an attack roll on this guy as well.
Okay.
So that's a 16 plus 7 is a 23.
That is not brutal, but heavy. So you get an
Okay,
extra
awesome.
d4 on that.
Okay. All right. So let's see. So that's a 7. Plus 3 is 10. Plus 6 is 16. Plus 4 is 20. Plus 5 is 25. Plus a d4 is 26.
Much better on that one. In fact,
Nice.
as the lightning arcs over and slams into the horror next to the announcer, next to the Harlequin, you watch as some of its limbs char and get atrophied. You watch as a couple of its eyes kind of rupture as the creature looks quite rough.
Does, like, attacking either the sorcerer guy or the big creature, does either of those attacks seem to affect the people who are walking towards the big guy?
What's your passive insight?
14?
14. That's just high enough for you to realize that they are being transfixed by the creature in the stage.
Okay. All right, so I have 2 action points left. I'm gonna shout, attack the creature! And I will... Can't do a fireball. A lot of people get exploded.
Come
I'll
on,
do
do
a-
it.
I mean, you can.
I'll do a
Shouldn't, maybe. Can, yes.
I'll do a lightning bolt on the creature.
This one?
Yeah.
All right. Make a regular attack. It's in the fairy fire, so you get advantage as well on that.
On the creature that's eating people, right?
Oh, the one that's eating people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me an attack roll with lightning bolt. That's a dex save, right?
That is a dex save of 15.
Okay.
You're also in a
Has-
line, too, right? It hits everything in a line, or?
Yes, it does hit everything. 100-foot long, 5-foot wide
Oh no,
line.
Da Vinci.
Okay. This is going to be a little morality driven for you, but you did what you did. We'll say that
I think I can angle the line so it hits the creature in the back and the big guy, and
you're
maybe
definitely going to
misses
catch one of the
everyone else.
bards.
All
You're
right.
definitely going to catch one of the bards.
I think Elegon's fine with that.
All right.
So the creature, 19 plus 0 on his deck save.
All right, that'll beat it.
The bard automatically fails because they are charmed. And then the creature, that is a natural 1 plus 0. On the creature.
Ooh. Okay.
That will fail as well. It'll continue on. It's going to strike one of the patrons back here. They will fail as well. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right, so it's 8d6. Okay,
Damn.
that's
12th level
12.
wizard. Holy shit.
Plus 10 is 22. Plus 7 is 29. Plus 4 is 33. Plus, for the creature, you said that it was, oh no, it's a dex. Never mind. So,
Yeah, it's all
did I say
dex.
33?
Yep, 33
Okay.
total. You instantly vaporize one of the bards who cinders to the ground and one of the patrons. This creature, you watch, just turns into char and ash as it explodes from the lightning effect. The lightning slams into the huge creature on the stage.
Mm-hmm.
And that is... He failed, so he took 33. Half of 33 is 16. So he has to make a 16 or higher concentration save. That is a natural 20 on the concentration save.
All right.
So he will maintain his will over the sacrifices.
Okay.
Does that finish your turn?
That's the end of my turn.
Yep. The creature, the bad guys are up. The announcer, he's got a passive insight of 17. He is going to throw his hat.
Oh.
Onto the stage right there. He's then gonna, that's an AP to throw his hat. And say he spends another AP to get into base with the prone patron. He's only got 2 AP this round. So he is going to use his absorb or his life tap. You watch as the patron on the ground dissolves into skeletal goo and tissue. And he will get 21 hit points back. That'll finish the announcer's turn. That's all he can do. Creature maintains its concentration. The one creature was destroyed. 1 AP to throw another patron into the mouth of the offering. And it's got 3 AP left. These guys move. Gonna move his 1 AP to move 40 feet. 3rd AP to get into base with Fabian. Fabian, you have 2 attacks coming at you. One is a 15 and the other one is a 24.
Those will both hit.
15 is a regular hit and the second one's a brutal hit, I believe.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
That is going to be a total of 8, 12, 13 points of piercing damage. I need you to make a concentration save of 10 or higher for Fairy Fire.
Houdini.
Two.
2, Fairy Fire will go away. You are no longer concentrating on that.
Come on, buddy.
All right. Leaving the last creature. He will oh no, he's got to do the patron sacrifice. That's 1 AP. 2 AP to move. 3 AP to move into base with Zodrin. 4th AP to make it 2 attack rolls. That is a natural 1 and a natural 20.
Ow.
So while the first tentacle lashes out to try to bite at you, it like misses you completely, and it hyperextends, and the tendril rips away. It like lands on the ground, away from the body of the creature. A second tentacle with a mouth on it comes down and just kind of like bites you like right in the collarbone and the neck area. So max die is 6 plus. So 6 plus 2 is 8.
And you've got it's also like 5 over, at least 5 over my AP.
For 1 heavy.
Or my armor.
It's gonna be 13 points of piercing damage.
Ow.
All right, that'll finish the bad guy's turn. Fabian, you are up with Scrat on deck.
All right. Am I able to get like cute? And if I use Fairy Fire, can the object that it's cast on is the big monster's tooth?
The one up here?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. How far away am I from him?
I would say, well, you know, because you are pretty far. Let's find out. You're right here. You are 60 feet away.
Oh, that's perfect. I'll cast Fairy Fire on him because it's 60 foot
right.
range.
Another deck save, right? Good
Dex
choice.
save.
Yeah, that's not going to save. He is lit up with Fairy Fire. And you are concentrating on that again. I think Fabian likes Fairy Fire. It's all sparkly.
Yes.
Put Fairy Fire right there. He is all lit up. All right. Got 2 AP left. What would you like
Yep.
to do?
Shatter at a 3rd level on the big monster.
Nice. What's save on that? Con?
Is con.
It's the one thing it's got.
Damn.
Con is pretty much the only thing it's got, since it's focusing on consuming as many of the sacrifices as possible. That is a 13 plus 6 is a 19.
14.
Yeah, I
So
know.
was
I
excited
know.
there for a
He's
second.
beefy. He's beefy.
All right, so that was 2. Then, yeah, I guess that's the end of my turn.
That will finish your turn. Scrat, you are up with Zadran on deck.
Okay. Before I start, do I currently have any advantage outside of stuff I can do for the announcer guy, or is it just is Fairy Fire all the other stuff gone?
So
Well, I'm
Fairy
above
Fire
it,
is
so-
now shifted over to the creature on the main stage.
Uh-huh.
You have height, so you always have advantage because you're at height.
So you
your
also
the first shot you're going to take will have advantage.
isn't there also something for sneak attack? Like if they're in
No,
base
if you're
with somebody else?
shooting with advantage, you have sneak attack.
Yeah, I mean, like if they're in, like if the opponent is in base with your character, or engaged with another character.
But it's within 5 feet of one of you guys.
Okay.
It was one of those. I'm more just trying to plan out how I can do my shots for least amount of disadvantage, essentially.
Yeah.
So, all right. So I'm going to take a shot at announcer guy. So
Okay.
Just a straight shot.
Okay.
What is it?
No, you have advantage.
All right. Well, yeah, I rolled 2. So that is a 25 to hit.
That is a brutal hit. Yeah. Roll with damage with 2d4.
Okay, add 6. Let's see, it's a D12 plus 5. All right. So that is 12. I believe that's 15. Let me get back here. Yeah, that is 15 damage.
Okay.
And on this one, I'm going to go ahead and make this my sneak attack. I'm going to sacrifice one of my D6 to trip him. So he is prone. There is no save for that. He's just prone.
Keep in mind, if he's prone, when you shoot a prone target, that's at disadvantage.
How?
Because it's a harder target to hit when they're prone.
Okay. That is an additional 4. I would have figured it'd be like he can't move. But okay, that is
No.
an additional 4, so 19 total damage.
Well, you're thinking of like stunned or incapacitated. That's
Yeah.
different. But if you're knocked prone, you're technically still able to move. You're just on the ground.
Okay. All right. So that is like a 19 for him.
That is one shy of a heavy shot. So go ahead and roll for damage.
Oh no, I meant like 19 total damage.
Oh, 19 total for the first shot?
The announcer guy. Yeah, that's the total amount of damage I did between all the different things I had to roll.
Gotcha. Okay, that's 1 AP. You got 3 AP left.
Okay, I'm going to switch to the acid rifle and take a shot at big guy on stage. So I'm at height, and he's on. He has fairy fire.
You
so
have double advantage. Yeah, roll 3d20.
15, 17, and 13. 17. There because it's a. It is still a firearm, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I do have my proficiency on that. So that is a 25 to hit.
25. That'll be a heavy hit. Go ahead and roll with an extra d4.
All right. So that is a +1, and it was 2d10, right?
Correct. 2d10 acid damage.
All right, that is 5. And 7. Yeah.
What the hell just happened?
What?
I didn't put that up there.
Wait, what's going on?
I did not put that up there. I just refreshed my screen. How did that happen?
Oh my god, that's hysterical.
Whoops.
What is?
Is it in your settings somewhere?
I mean,
It's not a StreamYard thing, I don't think.
How did that happen?
yeah, I got no. Oh, did you have like virtual background on or something? 'Cause that's the only thing I can think of.
Nothing.
Or, anyway, it was a total of 13 acid damage.
13 acid damage. Okay. It's got to make a 10 or higher concentration save. Did you roll the extra d4 for heavy?
I did. I only rolled a 1.
Okay. It maintains its concentration.
All right. So, all right. Let's see.
Yeah, I don't know how to fix that, Fabian. I don't know what you did.
Yeah, I have
that's,
no idea. Like, it said my camera stopped working, so I refreshed the page. So maybe I got camera settings or something.
Well, you can go to StreamYard and look at your camera settings, see if it defaulted to something that you're not using. That's pretty freaking hysterical.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, my
Scrat
camera's
is just
working.
getting more and more pissed with the acid rifle. Like, okay, this is cool, but it's not doing what I want. So I'm gonna switch back to announcer dude with my regular musket.
Okay.
I am going to use my my steady aim. So what that would be? I think this is a regular roll because I have 2 advantages and 1 disadvantage.
No, because you switch targets. When you bounce between the 2 targets, it resets that. So you have double advantage on this one because of steady aim.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. I was assuming that. So I'm not going to worry about steady aim because I'm going to have to move with a reaction.
So you have advantage on this shot because of height.
That is a dirty 20 to hit.
That'll hit with a heavy. 1d4 plus your regular damage.
It's on the extras. So that's 1 plus 6. So that is 7. 12 damage to him.
Nice. The announcer's starting to look rough. He's got all these kind of like wounds and kind of torn areas of his body that are open, kind of mixed in with his Harlequin outfit. His kind of like steampunk attire showing signs of blood splatter and stains from the damage. And he's starting to look rough.
All right. I'm gonna hit him one more time, and now I will use my steady aim. So
that'll give you advantage. Yeah, what would have been a regular roll now gives you advantage.
What are you? I can't read you. That is another 25 to hit.
That is a brutal hit. Roll for damage with 2 extra d4.
All right, plus 5. So that is 12, 17.
17 points. Whew. Yeah, he's rough. He is looking rough. That'll finish Scrat's turn. Okay, that's what I did wrong. There we go. Zodrin, you are up with the theater on deck.
Okay, so kind of pissed at that guy for the last turn. I was gonna open my what's it called? Moonbeam on the big guy, but I think I'm gonna open it on him first. So
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Moonbeam right on where the the guy is prone. The
It's even reacting to Ryan moving.
Yeah, like I'm submitting a technical issue. So.
I'd say, like, the only thing I can think of is on your camp settings if it has like touch up my appearance or something, because that's fucking. Or
Hey, do
virtual
me a
background.
favor.
I think that's an AI thing.
Yeah. Well, jump back out and jump back in real quick, Ryan.
Okay.
It's okay. Yeah, just jump out and jump back in.
And so I'm casting Moonbeam on the steampunk Harlequin fella.
Oh, you are?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm dropping Moonbeam on top of him.
What level spell is that?
It's second level.
Second level? He will burn a reaction and counterspell it.
Okay. Then this guy's right in my face. I'm going to use Starry
Keep in mind,
Wisp.
you have 2 AP left.
Yep. I'm going to use Starry Wisp as my cantrip on this guy right in my face. I got a roll to hit for that.
All right.
There he is.
Yeah, I must have like whenever refreshed. I must have just accidentally hit this like on-screen avatar button back in the beginning. So, all right, we're back in order.
That's a 25 to hit on the guy right in my face.
Ooh, yeah. That's a brutal hit. 2 extra
Brutal.
D4 on that one.
2 extra D4. All right, that's 2D8 plus 2D4. And the 2D8 are radiant damage. So that's 10 radiant damage plus 5 plus... Oh, yeah, 10 plus 5. Yeah, so 10 radiant damage plus 5.
Technically, when you get a brutal hit, it's considered more radiant damage.
Oh, okay, so it's 15 radiant damage.
Right.
Then.
It strikes and kind of courses over the creature's body. Definitely showing that it's affected by it.
Okay. If that's the case, then I'll do that again. So
Okay.
I'll because it's a cantrip. So
Disadvantage?
yep, disadvantage on the. That's a 17 to hit.
That'll hit. That's a regular hit.
Regular hit. Yeah. Okay. For 3 radiant damage.
Nice.
Gosh.
Every little bit helps.
2d8 and I rolled a 3.
That'll
Total.
finish your turn.
Yep.
Tuvin, she's not a spellcaster. You know what? Tuvin is going to spend an AP to move into base with you, Zodran, seeing that you're in trouble. She will hand you a healing potion as a second AP. She will then move into base right behind Fabian. Fabian, she will hand you a healing potion as well.
Oh yeah.
Regular healing potion. Idro, he is going to book it. He is going to start screaming and yelling for the guards as he disappears into the reception hall. All of these guys crawl into the beast's mouth. Come back to me, my mouse. And these will all crawl into the beast's mouth. As you guys watch, all of the theater people and people that are here just kind of like start moving and at the last minute the mouth hangs open and they all are in the process of crawling into it, and the creature is just kind of making these grinding and kind of crunching noises as it begins to kind of swallow the people whole as they spend their efforts to crawl into it. This creature is going to use all of its AP. It's going to get alongside the announcer. The announcer has 3 AP. He's going to spend 2 AP and do Dark Heal. He will get the points back. He'll spend his last AP to Embolden the Faithful, which will give Action Surge to this creature as it gets in base with Elegon. Elegon, you got 2 attacks coming at you.
All right.
That is a 7 and a 13.
13 will hit.
Okay. That is 7 points of piercing damage.
All right.
Going to take. He's going to spend his last 2 AP to take another regular 2 attacks with you. That is a 7 and a 22, which I believe is brutal.
Does he not have to roll with disadvantage because this is his second of the same kind of attack?
Well, he spent 2 AP to make it regular. So if he had made 1 AP, it would have been a disadvantage. But to avoid disadvantage, he spent his remaining AP to make it a regular attack.
Okay. 22 hits.
That's going to be 9 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
The creature in base with Zodran. It's going to spend 2 AP on you, Zodran, for advantage. That is going to be a 24 and a 26.
Oh.
Can't hear you, Zodran.
Yeah.
You're on mute.
Yep. Sorry. Yep. I muted my. Yeah. No, the 26 is more than 10 over my armor class.
So that's brutal. What about the first one? Heavy?
24 is a heavy. Yeah.
Okay. That is going to be 15 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Going to spend 2 more AP to take use regular attacks on you. One's a 12 and one's a 11.
Neither hit.
Okay. And then the creature will see Tubin and stay in base with Fabian, but shift in front of Tubin as well. 2 attacks coming at Tubin. Both will miss. It'll spend 2 AP to have regular attacks on Tubin again. Both will hit. Both will be heavy. That is 18 points piercing damage, and she will be knocked prone. Only has 1 AP left. It's going to take disadvantage attacks on Fabian. That will miss. That will miss. Both will miss Fabian. All right. Wait a minute. Elegon, did you go yet?
I have not gone yet.
Oh, shit. I thought it was my turn. Never mind. All that will happen after Elegon goes. Go ahead, Elegon.
Okay.
We'll say the creature is not in base with you. You have all your hit points back.
Okay.
You don't need to apply those hit points to you until it's your turn. That was
Okay.
my bad. I forgot the theater went, and then I thought it was my turn.
Let me do a chromatic orb. All the people have been eaten at this point, right?
Yeah, you can actually see them still crawling into the creature. So it's like it's going to take another round or two for him to kind of finish consuming all the charmed individuals that are crawling into its mouth.
Okay. Let me try and do a chromatic orb on the creature and see if I don't know how close it is to dead, but that's a +7.
On the one consuming the
one
patrons?
eating people. Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah. That's a 2 + 7 is a 9.
Hey, well, no, you have advantage. I forgot. I accidentally pulled away the fairy fire. I didn't mean to do that.
All
I'm not sure
right.
how that
Sweet.
happened. So yeah, you have advantage because he is
Okay.
still lit up with fairy fire.
That's a 3. So that would be 10.
No,
Come
unfortunately,
on.
the orb kind of drifts over the large form of the creature. Like as it's chomping on the bodies, the upper part of its head kind of like, lowers just in time for the sphere of the orb
Yeah.
kind of arc over it.
Let
You
me
have 2 AP left.
let me do let me try charm person on the sorcerer guy.
Okay, it's a wisdom save.
Yeah, it's a wisdom of 15.
That is a natural 18 plus 2 is a dirty 20.
All right, that's not going to work.
Oh no.
All right, that's my turn.
All right. The monsters have already gone, so the monsters are now done. Go ahead and apply that damage back to your character, Elegon.
All
Sorry
right.
about that. That'll finish the monster's turn. Fabian, you are up with a Scrat on deck.
Who is that in between the two monsters?
Me,
That is Dodric.
Okay. Shit.
Sparkly.
All right. I want to cast Fear on this guy right in front of me.
Okay.
And
What's
just
it say?
make it's Wisdom.
Good choice. That will definitely fail.
Nice.
So it's currently frightened.
And so that was at a 3rd level. So he has to run away. Has to take a dash action and move away from you to the safest route until there's nowhere to move. Cast, and then
Does he remain frightened, or is it just during his turn?
right. If the creature ends its turn in a space where it doesn't have a line of sight on you, the creature makes a Wisdom saving throw. On a successful save, the spell ends on that creature.
At the
So
end
it
of its turn.
remains
So it's
frightened.
currently, it remains frightened.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it remains frightened.
nice. Good spell. I like that. And that's not a concentration spell, is it?
That is yes, it is. So that broke the fairy fire.
Yep, that'll break. Sorry, I have to get new batteries for my mouse. So I keep forgetting to pick those up.
And then
Yeah,
on the
that'll
monster
drop.
that ran from me, I'm gonna try to cast Shatter on him
Nice.
at a second
Con
level.
save.
Con save.
That'll fail. Roll for damage.
So that is 3d8. It's 5. 4 makes 9. 10 damage.
And the creature's looking a little bit rough. It's taking some damage.
All right. That's my turn. That should be 4.
Okay. Scrat, you are up with Zodran on deck. Scrat, from your vantage point, you just watched as all the patrons got consumed into the mouth of the beast. You can see that Elegon is in base with one of the creatures. Zodran's in base with one of the creatures. But Fabian just let loose on one of the creatures. It's now running in fear away from Fabian. You can see the announcer still on the main stage and looks to have been slightly recovered from its wounds. What would you like to do?
I want to take a pot shot at one of the creature that's running away from Fabian.
Okay, the one down here. Go for it. You have advantage.
That is 25 to hit.
That is brutal. Go ahead and add 2 extra d4 to that.
6.
Scrat has definitely found his calling. Put him in a high space and just send targets his way.
16
Good.
damage.
He's almost like a ranged tank. You watch as the round strikes the side of the creature. A bunch of the matter and viscera of the creature goes splattering back onto the ground. It looks very rough at this point.
I'm going to change my target to the announcer guy.
Okay. You have advantage on this shot. Take a shot.
Oh, what did we get? Let's see. Dirty 20? I'm sorry, 23.
That is-
I'm the wrong thing.
22?
23. 23.
23. It's still just a heavy shot, but so that's 1 extra d4.
I will take it. That is plus 2. 12. Alright, so that is 10. 15. 1-5.
15 points. The announcer looks up at you again, frustrated that he can't do anything about you. Once again, he'll use a reaction, do rebuff. Give me a con save, if you would, please.
Alright, where am I? Oh, I did much better that time. That is a 19.
19. You are not affected.
Alright, Scratch just gives him the finger, just lines up.
Yeah!
Lines up another. I will go ahead and steady my aim.
Nice, Kurt.
I'm gonna go ahead and use steady aim just to be like, okay, man, fuck you. So I'll take my another shot at him.
Yeah, this will be a regular shot.
All right. Well, that is what is that? A 22 to hit. 2-2.
That'll be a heavy hit, so an extra d4.
All right. Plus 3.
Where are you? It's 10, 15.
15. Yeah, he's starting to look a little rough again. All that healing he just did kind of being consumed at range.
Why won't you fucking die?
So I will take my last one. Well, no, because I don't want to do it at double disadvantage because I can't. I can't.
Well, it'd be a disadvantage, not double.
Well, I stayed my aim on the last one, and I was above, so that was 2 advantages and 1, so I took that at advantage. So this would be double. But yeah. I'm going to go ahead and switch back to big guy on stage.
Okay.
Ooh, I got a nat 20.
Nice. Max all your die rolls.
All
Then
right.
roll them again, because we do max. So whatever your normal dice rolls are, they're maxed out. And then re-roll them, and then add your modifier.
All right. Well, in that case, I'm definitely going to go with the acid rifle. So that'd
Yep,
be,
that's automatically 20 points of acid damage. Now roll 2 more d10.
That is a. Okay, cool. That is a 14. 14
Plus-
on the acid damage.
Yeah, plus 20, so it's 34. What's your
Nice.
modifier?
Plus 5, I believe.
So that, yeah,
plus
that's 39 points of acid damage. You watch as, like, Scrat is set up like an operator. You know, he's got his guns leaning against the wall, and he's like switching between the rifles. And like on his 4th shot, he just aims at the big guy. And you just watch as it hits like in the upper head area of the creature and splatters acid through it and out the back of the head of the creature as it roars in pain, breaking the charm on everyone that's crawled inside of it. And now you can hear like 36 individuals crying out in pain as they are being ground down and digested as they realize what they've done to themselves. And they're just, help me! They're like screaming out from the inside of the creature.
Ew.
I mean, maybe not let them feel it would have been a more, but Scrat loves it. Scrat's like, fucking A, these rifles are great.
God, this thing finally paid for itself.
Hey,
Glad I killed that guy.
This is finally working because a fucking tarantula is not on my shoulder.
Ah,
Wah.
Right, now finish Scrat's turn. Zodran, you are up.
Okay, I'm going to Starry Wisp this fucker right in front of me again.
Okay.
So that's
That's to hit, right?
Yep, that's a hit. That's a 15 to hit.
That is its armor class, so go ahead and roll for damage.
2d8. How about 13 radiant damage?
Nice. It is starting to look rough.
All right. Then I will. You know
I
what?
love it when he goes away and forgets to mute his microphone. It's so
Now I
fucking
needed
comfortable.
it.
Now I'm going to cure wounds myself.
Okay. I'll leave you
which
with 1
that's-
AP after that.
Yep. So that's 2d8 + 5. 1 second.
And
let me get that. And I do have my starry form.
And I believe
Rolling.
you were handed a potion of healing as well, right? Which
Right.
is 2d4
And I'll-
plus 2.
Yeah, and I'll chug that for my last action point.
Okay.
But that I also
Well, if you spend an
in the-
action point to chug it, that means you automatically get 10 hit points back.
Well, hang on a second. Let me add this up real quick. What I got? So that's
Okay.
hang on. So that's 14 there. Also, between Elegon and Fabian, who looks worse?
I got
Uh,
20.
I guess that would be.
I have 24 points.
How many did you say, Fabian?
29.
29. Okay, then I'll because I have the chalice
Chalice.
starry form up.
Yep.
So I'm gonna use that rebounding to give an extra 1d8 + 5 to Elegon. Sorry, I rolled a 1.
Still excellent.
So that's 6
Yay, thank you.
healing. That like the extra healing from that. Yeah, I will roll then for the 1, and I'll use my last to take a disadvantage hit against the thing. So I'll roll the 2d4 + 2, right?
Well, if you spend an action point to drink it.
Yeah, I was doing that. I'm just as a free action chug.
Okay.
So that would be 2d4 plus 2, right?
Correct.
Okay. So that's 5 more. Unfortunately, it has to be a magic thing for me to bounce that healing around. But I'm going to attack with disadvantage the starry wisp again at this guy right in my face.
All right.
Nope, it's not going to hit. That's a 10 max.
Okay. That'll not hit. That'll finish Zardran's turn. That will take us to the theater. I need to make a death save for Tuvin. That's one success. Idros is out screaming for the guards in the front of the theater. There are no other theater patrons. I'll take us to the top of the third round. Elegant, you are up with the bad guys on deck.
All right. I am going to Misty Step to right behind the purple enchanter guy. And for cantrips, it's just 1 AP, right?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then I will firebolt him, which is a cantrip.
Deck save? Or no, ranged
It's a
attack.
spell
It's just a ranged attack.
Spell
Yeah,
attack,
spell
yeah.
attack.
So that's a 16 plus 7 is a 23.
Almost brutal, but it is a heavy. So you get an
Okay.
extra D4 as it strikes him.
Okay. All right. So it's 2d10 plus 4. Okay. So this is an 8 plus a 4 is 12 plus an additional d4 is 2. So that would be 14 points of damage.
As it slams into his backside, not sure where you came from. His head, while his body stays looking forward, his head pivots around. He's going to use a reaction to rebuff. Give me a con save, if you would, please.
Okay. All right. It's a 13.
13 will fail. He is going to... That's going to be 8 points of force damage.
Okay. Okay, and then I have one more action point.
Phase step was 1 AP. Cantrip was 1 AP. Technically, you have 2 AP left, I believe.
I think Misty Step is a full spell, so I think it's 2, right?
That's not isn't that a feature as an elf? I thought.
Well, let's see.
Should be, yeah.
Oh yeah, Elven Lineage spell. So can I
Yeah.
do that for just 1 AP?
Correct. That's
awesome.
that's just your lineage effect. So that was
Okay,
1
incredible.
AP to phase step, 1 AP for your cantrip. You've got 2 AP left.
Oh, awesome. Well then, in that case, what do I got with like being right next to a person? Basically nothing.
Oh, you didn't pick up any of the touch spells?
I have Shocking Grasp, but honestly, it's better. All right, let me do another. Well, okay, let me do this first. Let me just try and stab him.
Go for it. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just
Make
gonna
a regular,
stab him
regular
with
attack
a-
roll.
Yeah. So I just have +3 on this.
Okay.
That's a 16.
16 will definitely hit. Roll for
Okay.
damage.
All right, I will do 1d4 damage to him.
Like slash at him with your
Oh,
dagger.
wait, that's the wrong die. Okay, so that's 2 points of damage,
Nice.
and then I'll go back and firebolt him again.
Yeah, because you still have another AP. That will be at disadvantage.
I thought it wasn't disadvantage if you're switching between 2 different types of attacks, like
Well, my
Tally's
question is,
character does.
Firebolt is at point blank range. Do you have Warcaster?
I don't have Warcaster.
So yeah, if you're, I think Firebolt, if you're if you're in melee range with the target, it's technically at disadvantage, I believe.
Okay, let me do Shocking Grasp instead then.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. So that's a 14 plus 7 is a 21.
21. That's a heavy, so that's an extra D4 on damage.
All right, sweet. Okay, so that's going to be 2d8
Nice. Plus a D4.
plus a d4. So that's a 3 plus a 5 is 8 plus a 3, so that's 11 points of damage. That's
Nice.
lightning damage, I think.
Yeah. He's starting to look rough again.
All right.
All that healing dissipating from all that. He will immediately, while his face is still facing you and his body's facing everyone else, he will go, "You look tasty." And you watch as its tongue kind of, its jaw spreads open. This like purple and green lesion tongue just kind of comes swirling out of its mouth. That'll be an attack roll. He's going to spend 2 AP and get advantage on this because you are trouble. 14 plus 5 is 19.
That'll hit.
Okay. What's your armor class normally?
My armor class is a 10, so I think that means it's heavy but not brutal.
No, he needs a 20 for it to be brutal. Yeah, so it's only
Right.
heavy. The tongue is a D8. I got lucky. 14 points of bludgeoning damage, but I need you to make a strength save.
Okay. My forte. 17.
Oh, that was the DC. Well done.
Oh.
The tongue was attempting
Oh my
to grapple you and then throw you towards the creature. And at the last moment, you're able to like break out of the tongue, and he just gets this angry, vicious look on his face as the tongue is brought back to strike down at you again. This time it'll be at disadvantage. That was a 26 and a 5. That'll miss.
Ooh.
He will spend his final, because he didn't move. So he'll spend his final AP at double disadvantage with the tongue. Okay, so I only rolled 2 dice. I got to roll a third dice, but I rolled a natural 20 and I rolled a 16. So now I'm rolling a third dice
Oh.
for a 13. So 13 plus 5 is 18.
That'll hit, and it's heavy.
Okay. That is 5 points of force damage.
Oh
Give me another strength save, if you would, please.
no! There's not going to be a miracle twice.
Yes, there will.
It's a 9.
9. You are currently grappled, but because he cannot expend any more AP, he cannot throw you towards the creature.
All right.
Oof.
Got 3 hit points, guys.
Holy shit, really?
Yeah, it was a close one.
As you are grappled. All right. This creature is going to pick up the unconscious form and then come there with it, finish its turn there. This guy is still frightened.
Mhm.
There's a prone target there, but he cannot do anything about that. Guy's still frightened. So what's going on? Why won't that? Oh, there we go. He's got to move as far away as he can. At the end of his turn, another wisdom save. That will fail. He is still frightened. Leaving the one in base with Zodran. Zodran.
Yep.
There are 2 attacks coming at you with advantage because he's going to spend 2 AP.
Okay.
First one is a 2 and a 7. 7 plus 5 is 12.
Nope.
All right. Next 2 attacks. I'm sorry, that was 1 attack.
That was
next
one.
Attack,
Yeah, the next attack. Yeah.
Next attack is a 15.
Yep, that hits.
Okay. It's going to be 6 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
He is then going to spend his final 2 AP to make 2 regular attacks. That is a 19 and a 16.
Both hit.
Any heavies or no?
No. 19, 16,
Okay.
neither one's heavy. Yeah.
That is 7 points of piercing damage.
Yeah, AC's 15, so.
Okay.
Almost.
Good.
Almost.
He's got Elegon grappled. This one's going to feed the creature. The creature can't do anything. There's no more theater left. Fabian, you are up with a Scrat on deck.
I'm going to attempt to shatter the announcer guy.
Oh, nice.
What's the
Con
radius?
save?
Con save.
What's the range on that? And the radius?
60
Yeah, range.
60 feet.
Let's
Am I
double
within
check.
60? Yeah.
I think you are, but let's double check.
If not,
I think the monster, the big thing was 60 feet. So
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
You're within 45 feet. And is it an area of effect?
I think shatter is, isn't it?
It's 10-foot sphere, so can I place it like right in front of him so I'm not hurting?
Yeah, it's like
Elegant.
right in between him and the brazier.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Okay. That's a con save. Oof. That is going to fail. Roll for
So
damage.
3d8. Yeah, where are you?
Is it possible to center that to get both? Nah, I think I'm too far.
I think they're both too far away.
Yeah.
Like, damn, it's
So
a
that's
10-foot radius.
4, 5.
Well, a
that's
10-foot
9,
radius would be
12.
20 feet gap, right? So
12 points. And that's force damage?
That is thunder.
under.
Thunder, that's right. Thunder damage. Like right in front of the guy. He's got to make a 10 or higher to maintain concentration on the grapple. And he fails, dropping Elegon out of the grapple.
Oh, nice.
Shatter
he look?
Shatter's a spell.
Yes, so that's 2
You got
points.
2 AP left.
How's he looking?
He's looking rough.
Let's just try to hit him with vicious mockery.
Wisdom save. That's a fail as well. Roll for damage.
2d6.
Nice.
Vicious mockery him to death.
2, 5,
Come
so
on.
7 points.
Come on, vicious
7
mockery him to
points.
death. Come on.
He's actually looking very rough at this
All
point.
right, let's do it. Vicious mockery again. Let's hopefully this knocks him out.
Ryan, what is Fabian saying to the announcer?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
What is back-to-back vicious mockery?
You have
Definitely
no
demands-
style.
Creature just starts vomiting blood. I got a 17 plus 2, 19 on the second one.
That saves. That saves.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
That's pretty badass.
Vicious mockerying something to death though is always great because
Oh,
It's
that
always
would have been.
fun.
I would have
It's
loved
like-
to have done that.
One of,
Creature
like,
dies
the-
of a nosebleed.
right, it's like the
Yeah.
weakest cantrip. But
All right,
also the
Zodran,
best.
you are up. Oh, sorry, Scrat. Scrat,
Yep,
you are
yep.
up with Zodran on deck. So, Scrat, to
You're
your left,
muted, too.
you can see one creature. You see one creature fleeing to the left. There's one about to feed Tuvin to the creature up here.
Oh,
You can see the announcer in base with Elegon, Zodran in base with the other creature as well.
All right, I'm gonna take aim at the one that's about to toss Tobin into the creature's mouth.
Okay, yeah, take a shot. You have advantage.
Scrat, you really are too nice sometimes.
Ooh, a nat 20.
Ooh.
Nice. Which rifle are you using?
I don't want to. I'm gonna say the musket. Just I don't know if it would do it for in the game, but just for lore, like I don't want to shoot an unconscious person that's helped me as far as I know in the with an acid rifle and splash.
Keep in
them.
mind, the
Yeah.
acid rifle is not area of effect; it's single target.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, yeah, sure. Okay, so there's
Okay.
20 on that plus
Yeah.
what? A roll and
Plus
it's a roll and
2d10.
just yeah. So I'm sorry, I was gonna. That is 8, 10, 13.
So 20. That's 33 plus
Uh-huh.
5 for your damage modifier.
Yeah.
So that's
Yep.
38 points of acid damage on that first strike. The creature is blasted into bits, which then drops the creature or drops Tuvin to the ground.
Nice.
Which of course,
Scrat just pops his head up.
Don't say I never did.
accidentally-
I never fucking did anything for you.
The unconscious Tuvin. Let's put her back.
Just kind of looks over at the other creature that's currently in base with the guys over there.
Right there. Right here.
Yeah, and just kind of shrugs and is like,
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, fuck it, I guess. Sure, why not?
Jesus Christ! I keep rolling 20s.
Oh,
Another
man.
natural 20.
I'm
No
genuinely
way.
serious.
Dead on with that acid rifle. That's automatically
Yep.
20 points of damage. Roll 2d10 and add your modifier.
Oh, that is a 19. That is 20. I'm sorry, 24 additional damage. There's 44 damage to it.
Yeah, Zodran, as you're in base with this creature, it just comes apart in front of you. Just like you just see this black light just kind of flare from up in the rafters, up by the balcony seating. It superheats and just goes right through the creature. The creature just comes apart and lands on the ground around you. You still have 2 AP left.
Yeah. You fucking piece of shit!
All right, so I think I'm just going to concentrate on big guy right now, at least for my first shot. Like, I don't really particularly care about running guy.
Okay. You have advantage because you have height.
Yep, that is a 19, so that is a 27 to hit.
27. That is brutal.
Cool.
2 extra D4.
That is an extra 4 damage, and let's
This
see
might
if
be
I
the
get
first game I've ever played with a ranged tank.
He's taking what, like 2 hits because he's up here in the middle of nowhere, right?
Yeah, if he wasn't positioned right, it would just be regular hit with disadvantage follow-ups. But he's doing what rifles should do: get up high and take that advantage from height.
That is a total of 23 damage on that.
Nice.
All right,
It's a big, beefy target. Like your shot hits it, and the creature kind of undulates. You watch as like a shredded arm and hand, bloody covered, trying to crawl out of its mouth. The creature burps and like swallows the hand back into its mouth.
All right, for my final one, I'm going to go ahead and use my my steady aim. So my final shot counters his disadvantage. So, all right, that is a 24 to hit.
That'll hit as well. That'll be heavy. The previous one was brutal, so that'll be heavy.
Okay, so that's plus 3. 4, 10, 13, 18. 1 8.
Nice. You guys are watching a scrat up in the balcony, shooting down into the big beastie. Chunks of it flying back as he strikes it. You can see bodies trying to crawl out, only to be slurped back down in as the wailing and crying of the victim is beginning to simmer down a bit.
Oh no!
Oh.
That'll finish Scratch's turn. Zodran, you are up. You are uncontested. You can see the announcers. The Harlequin is still in base with Elegon, the prone figure of Tuvin in front of the creature, and the final creature in the back left-hand corner is still under the frightened effect from Fabian.
So I have a question about mechanics-wise. If I'm using something that is a feature or trait to cast, that's not it's a spell, but it's a feature or trait to cast.
As long as it doesn't consume a spell slot, it's only an AP to use it.
Okay. If that's the case, then I'm going to, because the Circle of Stars Druid, I get Guiding Bolt first level up to my level.
Right, as long as within the description of that feature or trait, if it, like, you know how Paladin...
It doesn't burn a spell slot. It's,
right, because with Paladins, it'll specifically say you burn a spell slot to do this.
It's like the Misty Step feature.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
so, okay,
Yep.
all right. Then
While it's a magical effect, it doesn't consume a spell slot.
Right, yeah.
Sir, forgive me. I forgot about my thing on there. Big guy there. I did. Oh shit! I did not use sneak attack on anybody else. I was going to use it on him.
Fine, yeah. Roll 3d6. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead. And
actually, my recommendation is that you roll it based on one of the previous crits. So it automatically does 18, and roll 3d6, and we'll add the two together.
Well, it's okay. So I was going to knock him prone, so I'm only using 2.
Unfortunately, he's immune to prone condition.
Oh. Well, in that case, I'll try to give him the poison effect, so at least he can roll with disadvantage unless he makes a con save. I mean,
well, so far he hasn't attacked anybody.
Oh, well, okay, never mind. We'll do the 18. So I apologize.
Yeah.
All right, and that is an extra 5, 7, 9.
27.
So 9 plus 18, so 27. Okay. Another huge, more of its form coming apart from the effect. Go ahead, Zodran.
Yep. Okay. So Guiding Bolt on the purple guy, that guy.
On the Harlequin. Okay.
Yep.
Well, you
that's
spend a lot of time on your shield, Zadran.
Yep, that's a 15.
15 will just barely hit. Yeah, roll for damage.
Okay, that's guiding bolt. Gotta remember what damage is. Forgot. Sorry. 4d6. Okay. All right. Got the wrong die. Cool. That is 14. 14 radiant damage.
Okay. He
and
is
then-
Nice.
Yeah, he is looking very rough.
Yep. And then I'm going to let me see. Healing word at second level on healing word at second level on Elegon.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That's what I built it for. So that's the 4, 8, 9. That's 14
Oh, awesome.
plus. I also get to bounce that D8. I'm going to bounce that D8 back on myself for this one because I took a couple of hits from that guy the last time around. That's just a D8 plus 5, I think. Okay, so that's double check that. Yeah, D8 plus 5. Okay, so that's 9 back to me. And then my last action, I'm going to do the starry wisp at the showman.
Okay.
So this is a cantrip though, so it's just regular attack, right? Not no disadvantage. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
That's another 15.
They'll just barely hit. Roll for damage.
Right. 2d8s.
Come on.
That is 8 radiant damage that time.
It staggers him. He staggers a bit, looks heavily wounded. He's barely on his feet.
Oh,
I was hoping that radiant would do a little more.
Unfortunately, he's not vulnerable to radiant.
Yeah.
All right, that'll finish Zadran's turn. No one to do anything during the theater. I will roll for Idra. That is a failure. So he's still continuing to call the guard. Back at the top of the 4th round. Elegon, you are up.
all right.
And,
Let me throw a shocking grasp at the announcer dude.
Okay, go for it.
That's a 9 plus 7 is a 16.
That'll just barely hit. Roll for damage.
All right, so it's going to be 2d8. 5 and a 6, so 11 points of damage.
Nice.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
You guys watch as Elegon grabs onto the Harlequin. We'll put the Harlequin back up because that's who you took out. Oops, not him.
You took out the fancy guy.
Yeah, I know, right? As you grab on to the Harlequin, and you feel the shock and energy pour out of your hands and into the body of the Harlequin. It begins to writhe, and you watch as parts of its horror form try to writhe and move out of your grasp and your grip of the damage that it's taking. The Harlequin form and just kind of turns to ash in your hands. In the back corner of the theater, you can hear the one creature that went running while it was frightened suddenly just turned to ash as it just kind of flutters in the breeze of the theater. You then watch as the horror in the stage just kind of like flails, and there's this huge explosion of purple and red light as it is gone. Just a massive hole in the floor, all the debris around it. Yeah, creatures are gone. What would you guys like to do?
I will spare the dying on little buddy on the floor over there.
You run over to Tuvin, kneel down, stabilizer.
And I'm still in my starry form, so let me because it's 10 minutes, so I got a little time. Let me cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level.
Okay.
So that's and I'll do that on Elegon, because I think you're looking worse than any of us, right?
I've got 17 hit points at this point, so I'm doing better, but
Okay, well then I'll cast it on Tuvin.
yeah, it's a good call.
Yep. That's 4d8 plus 5. Oops. Grab
Ooh.
more die. 2nd level. 10, 14, 19 hit points. And I'll rebound one of those d8 over to Elegon at that point then.
Ooh,
So,
okay.
oh, hey, I rolled an 8 that time. So
Hey.
that's 13 HP for you.
Oh, awesome.
With that, you see Tuvin's eyes as they kind of flutter open. She, on the ground, looking up at you, Zadran, kind of sits in a sitting position. What in the fuck happened? What was that? Where is everybody? She kind of gets up, holding on to you, Zadran, looking around. Where did Idra go? Where are all the people? What has happened?
The beast in the ground made quick work of the people. Thank you for the healing potion.
Oh, gee, there wasn't much more I could do. I'm not the fighting type. And as you two are in a conversation, Elegon, Fabian, and Scrat, what are you two doing, or three doing at this point?
Scrat is very slowly and deliberately just like making his way downstairs, just like making absolutely no rush, just like whistling, seeing if there's anything there, just like
He's got the rifle strapped to his back, another rifle across his shoulder.
Like just seeing. Oh, can I just investigate? Like, do I see anything that's like interesting, worthy? Or like,
give me a perception check as you come out of the rafters, along the walkway, down the walkway, and towards the center of the theater.
That is a 19 perception. I'm sorry, 17 perception.
17. The only thing left of the creatures appears to be lightly powdery ash, almost like a talcum powder, but it's gray and black. You can see that same pile of ash is up by where Elegon is up on the stage, and then all around the boundary of the broken floor of the theater, huge heaping piles of the same ash. There doesn't seem to be any physical remains of any of the creatures or the Harlequin announcer.
You see Scrat just like brush his hands up, just like, man, fucking starving artists. God damn it.
Never a coin on them. I hate these guys.
Oh, God. Theater of the mind bullshit, and now this? Ugh. This is why I know it takes art seriously.
I'm just like, I pull out my little wine satchel and I just am chugging it.
No. Fabian pulls out a chalice out of his backpack and immediately starts filling it and starts chugging that first sip of wine to kind of get rid of the taste of the fight out of his mouth.
Then I pass the
Elegon?
pouch over to Elegon.
Yeah. Take it over to Elegon.
Not now, Fabian. I'm going to very condescendingly walk to the entrance doors and like try and take over the situation from Idro, because I feel he's really bungled it.
Yeah, you get to the doors. Finally, you can tell that Idro has flagged down some of the local wardens. There's about 6 of them, and he points and he's yelling, and he sees you kind of open the main reception doors, and he starts running towards you. The guards start following up. The guards just rush past you into the theater. Idro kind of like just grabs onto you and like, is everything okay?
Where did you find these people?
The Harlequins?
The Harlequins. Did they approach you? Where did you find them?
I received a message from their leader, the announcer that was up there, that they were eager to perform. They've performed at other theaters before. no inclination. What do you think they are? What were they?
Scratches
ominous.
like,
Oh, go ahead.
Scratches wants to look at him and just be like, "Fucking broke, Jesus."
I don't know who this Jesus person is. He keeps bringing it up.
Look, Idro, several dozen individuals are dead at your theater. This is Chandei Quorum business now. I'm going to expect your full cooperation. And we will have a lot of questions for you.
My attendants. He kind of walks past you, looks into his theater. It's destroyed stage, the kind of floating ash, powdery ash everywhere. He sees the 6 guards kind of talking to Zadrin and then eventually talking to Fabian, like getting their information. One of the guards, kind of like a sergeant, you can tell by the chevrons and the way he carries himself. Are you a member of the Chandei Quorum, sir? Yes, you.
I am. We need to secure this area. No public can be let in. It needs to be thoroughly investigated.
Is there anyone you wish us to take into custody for you?
The proprietor, Idra, should be held for questioning.
Understood. He like whistles back towards the 2 of the other guards. They kind of approach. They take Idra by the arm and kind of start taking him down from the front of his theater. You can see like tear streaks running down his face as he's clearly distraught by what happened. The sergeant looks at you. Your name, sir?
I'm like a little ruffled that he doesn't recognize me.
I recognized your standard, but of course, Elegant, of course. I will send word to the captain of my barracks.
Thank you.
I will
And
have
your
him.
name, soldier?
Pardon?
And your name, soldier?
Bradley.
Bradley.
I will post a few men here to keep an eye on things. I would imagine with you being a member of the Quorum, you have your own pursuits and your own people to seek out. I will try to find my captain as quickly as I possibly can. I'll be back.
Please do.
And he kind of like quickly runs off down the stairs where the 2 guards are escorting Idro up towards the local barracks of the Core Spire, and he's heading off towards a different direction. The interior of the theater is quite calm at the moment.
After Thuvin's okay, I'm gonna go find his office, find Idro's office.
Okay. Give me a investigation as you start looking around to where it might be.
What's my modifier for investigation? That's an 18.
18. There is a door near the stage of the theater that looks like it goes behind the stage. You go through that door, and sure enough, the whole backstage area is just filled with equipment and all the things that make up the performance that was happening. And you see another door that looks like that's partially open, and it looks like it might be his office.
Okay, I'll look around outside, but I'm making for that door.
Okay. Give me a perception check on your way over there.
Yep. That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. By the way, what'd you guys do with Meep?
He was left in this.
He was like in a cage. Baby.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he's in the holding pen at the Silver Time. That's right.
And like he's extremely drunk, I think, as well.
Yeah. Very
Yes,
drunk.
he is.
Probably not
He's
Yeah,
sleeping
very
it
drunk.
off.
It was
Yeah.
a champagne.
Yeah, he really liked that champagne. As you enter the office, Zadrin, it is very cluttered, but organized while cluttered at the same time. The desk has stacks of books and papers on it. There's a lot of performance memorabilia on top of like a lot of books on shelves. There's a very plush red chair behind the desk. There's a couple sitting chairs in here, a couple lit lamps to kind of give a little bit of light into the office.
I'm looking for anything expensive and anything related to the Harlequin.
Okay.
Possibly
Yeah,
like a
give me
ledger
an-
book or something like that.
Yeah, as you start looking through the office, give me investigation.
That's another dirty 20. That was
Nice.
a 16 plus 4.
With their being here this night for the reception, you walk over to the desk. Looking down on the desk, there is an open parchment letter with an obvious kind of wax seal at the bottom of it that seems to be an open mouth filled with teeth and like little and on top of it a jester hat. You get the feeling this might be the mark of the Harlequin. There's a letter of acceptance that the invite was received by the Harlequin. The Harlequin announcer signed it Madri. Is the name that's at the bottom, and it's basically just telling Idro that they accept their invitation and will be eager and looking forward to demonstrating their performance. It's the confirmation letter that seems to kind of confirm that it was accepted. However, the paper, the ink, and everything about it, and in the content of the body of the letter, they had recently left Hellcatch Valley to come to Jrusar. Their last performance was at Bassaris.
Okay. Can I also have detect magic cast while I'm in the room, just to catch anything that might be popping in there as well?
Nothing is magical except for the ink on the parchment.
Do I get what kind of magic it's given off, like the school or
divination? This
Okay.
is a scry focus. Something is using this as an ability to scry.
Okay, I'm going to just destroy the parchment then. Like
You just shred it up.
If I use
And
druid
with
fire to
detect-
like
yeah.
start a flame and just burn it up.
Yeah, and with your detect magic up, you watch as the magic fades.
But I want to keep the wax seal though. Like if I could break that off before I
It still shows divination magic if you do.
still say, okay. All right. Well, yeah, it's all destroyed then. Yeah.
Okay. Crush it. Coming out of the office, you see Fabian and Scrat in the middle of the theater.
Is there
Eventually,
any money or anything in there?
not that you could see, not that you
Okay.
found.
Mm.
If he does keep any coffers of money, they may not be in his office. They could be somewhere else.
Sure.
But all of you kind of gather back up in the center of the theater. You watch as Elegon comes in with a very kind of tall, captain-looking individual following him down. As all of you gather in the middle of the theater, the captain looks around. Now, tell me exactly what is going on here. And that's where we're going to finish tonight. It's a perfect finishing spot.
Nice.
On that note, so for all those out there watching, these are their parallel characters.
Yep.
Their main characters for Sunday Night Adventures typically are following a different arc, and that group will be back in 2 weeks' time. We'll be back, I believe, on the 20th for our main arc. For these guys, however, go ahead and bump them up to level 6. I felt like their part 1, part 2 definitely was worth a milestone. So the next time we do a one-shot, we will utilize these characters yet again, because I have a funny feeling a trip to Bassaris might be in their future. So that might be kind of interesting, to say the least. But everyone else, be kind, be safe. You guys go ahead and linger. We'll take a moment to talk. Everyone else out there, don't forget to play a game, and we'll see you in a couple weeks. Bye, everybody. One of these days, I'll have it up.